to another episode of the What Was That podcast. I'm Jazzy.
And I'm Addi.
Today we are celebrating Halloween.
Yeah, that's right. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Well, for some people.
I guess that's true. But for me, it's the most magical holiday of the year. There's apple cider, haunted houses, spooky decorations,
Ghosts that come from the other side to wreak havoc amongst you and your family.
cute costumes, parties.
Urban legends that might not actually be legends.
I'm literally only hearing good things.
Well, maybe some of these stories will make you change your mind. Here are some Halloween horrors. Story 1. Unexplainable Halloween night for me and my siblings. It all happened about 13 years ago. I was 14 years old, and I will always remember that late evening. A bit of context first. We are 8 siblings, 4 girls and 4 boys, raised by an only mom. Dad walked out on us a few years prior to the event I'm about to tell. Just so you guys know, I got a puppy. She's sitting under the desk. I hope you're cool with that.
If you hear little squeaks, that's why.
We grew up modest. Mom was the only breadwinner, and we didn't have a lot. We were living in a rental that was just a bathroom, a small hallway, a living room that doubled as a bedroom for the girls and Mom, and a kitchen that also doubled as a bedroom for the boys. Anyway, we were a content Christian family. It was the 31st of October. We were only 7 at home. My oldest sister was out, and my mom was at work. Me, being the second one, I was in charge. It was about 7 p.m., and we were all in the living room minding our business. Some of us were playing with some toys. I was painting, a few were watching TV, and it was just quiet, peaceful, waiting for Mom to come home. Suddenly, my younger brother said, "Hey, you guys, do you hear that?" We turned the TV volume down and listened. From across the hallway, connecting the 2 rooms, we could clearly hear a repetitive, high-pitched banging. It was just like someone was repeatedly hitting a spoon on a cup. We all stood frozen. It went on for a few minutes, and then we stopped. All bundled up together, we slowly crept out to the kitchen. On the table, there was some stuff like bread, butter, a jar with a spoon in it. We ate, and we just didn't put stuff away. We got close and tried to mix the jam with the spoon, and surely enough, it was the same sound. At this point, we didn't know what the deal was, and we were really creeped out. The sound we heard couldn't have been produced by something like wind or other exterior forces. It was very deliberate, and it went on for a few minutes. So not just like the spoon falling off or something like that. We put things away, and we went back to the living room. That is when the horror really started. I kid you not, around the whole house, there was a war of unexplainable bangings. We could hear footsteps in the hallway, above us in the attic, around us from the walls. We started crying and all got in bed, bundled up, praying. It went like this for a few minutes, and then suddenly we heard the house door open. It was Mom. She'd just come back from work, and it all stopped. Needless to say, we all jumped on her, hugging her and crying. We told her what happened, and she was shocked. We never had an experience like that, and when we get together, sometimes we talk about it. It was one of the most scary things that ever happened to us. We all heard the same things. We didn't see anything, but the sounds were real. We think it might have been something like a demonic attack that waited to create fear in us in one of the darkest nights of the year. Did any of you ever experience something like this?
No.
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 I'll let you know that. No,
I can't say I have, but I can say, as we all know, and this I'm sure will come up many, many times during the episode, and if you've listened to any other Halloween episode of any other podcast, they will talk about it too. Halloween is supposed to be like the thinnest veil, like the day where the veil is the thinnest between the 2 worlds, so it's easier for spirits to get through. And maybe it was just a couple of ghosts trying to play some games, you know?
I imagine it was like, was it Casper's uncles?
I haven't watched Casper.
Whirling around like, woo, spooky, shutting stuff. And they're like, all right, we did our ghostly duty for the year. We'll catch you next year, kids.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's probably how I would be, too, if that was, like, my one chance, you know, to come back to Earth every year. You just kind of go through and you start, like, banging on the walls. You stir some jelly for whatever reason. You're like, hey, I know it'll get their attention.
What, that's, like, very Winston from New Girl.
Yes! I'm going to pull a prank! We're going to pull a Winston prank! Oh my god.
Ticklefoot.
Yeah.
That's a ticklefoot ass way to haunt someone.
Or badger in the vents.
No in between.
No in between. No, so they went stirring the jelly to banging on every single wall and surface in the entire building and making 7 children cry.
That's a Winston ass ghost if I've ever heard one.
Thanks, Winston. Well, at least we know you're alive and well. Yeah, no, funny. I mean that would be really scary, especially on Halloween when you're a kid and you're at home and your mom's not home.
Well, good thing you had your siblings, because like alone. Ooh.
Oh yeah. What if it was the older sister and she like actually didn't go out, but she had all of her friends come over and mess with them, and they all work together to do that?
As someone with a younger sibling, that's definitely something that I would do. It's something that I have done.
Yeah. So I could definitely see that being a thing.
Me and my friends used to like, because we were super cool, run around town and film like scary movies on my friend Lisa's mom's iPad.
Yeah.
And we would like tie fishing line to a cabinet and get it to move. And some of the ideas that we had for that were used in scaring my sister later.
Yeah.
So it could be just the older sister being like, oh no.
Yeah, look at these things I learned.
How crazy. So spooky.
I definitely didn't do stuff like that. My sister and I were too close together in age. Mm-hmm. And I was that sister that like brought her to everything. Yeah. So she was like always around. So I didn't really do stuff like that. But I wish I would have, because maybe it would have made her a different person, you know? Yeah. Maybe not so much coddling would have been good. But I don't know. I wish I had some sort of Halloween experience. Truly.
Well, you know what? It's the right time of year, baby. Let's make things happen for you.
Even George didn't visit me last year.
He's like, ugh, I got other things to do. I got other places to haunt.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are good. I
see you all year.
Yeah, I was like, I think he knows that we don't care. Yeah. And I think he just kind of gave up, because I haven't seen anything from George in a hot minute.
This is my theory with ghosts and demons, honestly. Because without contacts, I can't see very well. So my thought is, if I'm in a haunted place, just pop up the contacts. Mm-hmm. I can't see you opening cabinets.
Yeah.
I can't see the bowl floating in the middle of the room. I have no idea what's happening. And eventually you're going to get bored and you're going to move on.
Exactly. Yeah. You're going to realize that I don't really notice or care. That's George. You guys hear that?
Yeah. What was that? That was so crazy.
Happy Halloween.
Maybe he finished his unfinished business. Is that a thing? Do you think that's a
George?
thing? Yeah.
What could have been his unfinished business? Because I don't feel like there was like a big like thing that happened.
Yeah. Maybe he wanted Clover in the yard.
And you know what? I think that's it.
That's how he passed. He was like, oh, dang it.
Somebody needs to redo this yard. Yeah. This yard has been driving me crazy. The last people didn't take care of it. Somebody please redo this yard. We redid the yard. He's like, thank God. He just like dissipates like the haunted mansion. Yeah, like straight up into the sky.
Yeah,
that's what did it.
Rest in peace, George. Who knew you loved Clover so much? There is a comment where someone asked if anything happened again in the house, and they said, I don't recall any other episodes, and I remember often filming around the house and analyzing the footage in search of other paranormal stuff. The year after the incident, we did extensive renovations, changing all the furniture, transforming the downstairs storage room. So that was around when things got quiet.
That is something else that I've heard, is that ghosts can attach themselves to furniture. Like
a dresser.
Yes, like a dresser, like an armoire, like a chair.
A mirror.
Let us count the conjuring ways. Armoire. Yeah. A mirror. Yeah. A chair. Uh-huh. A TV.
Yeah. A doll.
A doll.
Must not
Well,
forget.
A doll is a normal thing. But yes, attaching themselves to objects. And I actually just heard on Two Hot Takes, Morgan was talking about how she moved into this old, like, actress's home from the 1920s.
Cool.
And she was, like, moving some of her furniture, and she started noticing some weird stuff happening in the house.
So the furniture stays. Got it.
Yeah. So don't touch the furniture unless it's a big angry mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Never get a place furnished. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to anyway because I have a weird thing. I don't like sleeping in beds that other people have slept in. It makes me feel weird. And I don't like, especially if it's my bed, I don't want other people sleeping in it.
Yeah, I think that's fair and reasonable. I don't think that's weird at all.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah,
It's
is that weird?
But I'm like, yeah, no, like,
Yeah.
I'm weird.
Like, some people, their like, parents or family or friends will come into town, and they'll be like, oh, you can sleep in my bed. And I'm like you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
not in a bad way, but I'm like,
if I had somewhere else to put you, I would.
Yeah, no, and that's fair, because you don't have another bed, so it's like, it makes sense, but yeah.
Like, how old is my, you're 82. I can't put you on the couch.
Put you on a bed, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but if I can't. If the thought of it makes me like.
Yeah, I wash everything immediately on hot.
Yeah, and that's fair. When we get married next year, I told everyone, like, I was like, we can have, like, 6 people, or, like, 6 couples stay inside the house. Like, we can do one on the pull-out mattress, one in the guest room, one in an air mattress in the office room, one in our room, and I was like, that one's gonna be hard. That one's gonna be hard. Y'all better not fuck in it.
No.
Nobody fuck in
my
my bed. No. I swear to God, if anybody fucks in my bed, you're gonna owe me a new mattress. Yeah.
Watch them come out. Be like, oh, I like your room. That's a pretty good mattress. Good springs.
Yeah. I like how your headboard doesn't knock against the wall because it's foam.
Yeah. Absorbs the shock really well. Man.
I'd be like, I'd send them an invoice for a new mattress and new bedding.
That is fair.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm so sex positive. Please have sex. I love people having sex.
Don't do it in
someone else's bed. And I just
don't
want to.
Not even in the room. Don't do it in the room.
Yeah,
I don't want you to do it in the room.
Yeah. Why go somewhere else?
Yeah,
go somewhere.
Go
else.
outside and then come back inside.
You can do it even in the guest room shower. That's fine too. I don't care as long as you clean up after yourself.
Please clean up. Like, oh my God.
You like walk in and you're like, it smells like in here.
Yeah. You like step into the shower and you slip.
Stop.
Story 2.
I can't. Oh my God. Story 2. Unsure of what I encountered Halloween night 2006. I just wanted to share my encounter with a small dark figure I encountered when I was younger, plus looking for suggestions as to what I saw that night. So this took place on Halloween night 2006. I was 14 at the time and spending the night at my friend Heather's house along with 2 other friends. We were all going to spend the evening trick-or-treating in Heather's neighborhood. Heather had 3 siblings there as well, including her brother Eli. Eli was the annoying younger brother who had a crush on me, and anytime we would have sleepovers there, he would go into my things, steal my bras, underwear, whatever he could get his weird hands into. This is relevant to the story, I promise. Heather, Eli, and another sister all had their bedrooms in the basement. Eli and the other sister's rooms were at the end of the hallway past Heather's room, which was midway down the hall to the right. Everyone got into their Halloween costumes and makeup and started to gather in the front yard of the house. I'm outside and realize I forgot my trick-or-treat bag. I got ready in the sister's room, so I run back to the house to grab it. I rushed downstairs, down the hall, and past Heather's room. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed someone sitting in the middle edge of Heather's bed staring down at the floor. The lights were off, but the hallway light was on. Even though the room was dark, I could easily see the silhouette of someone quite small with an extra large head for their body, just sitting there and staring down. I didn't think much about it in the moment. I immediately figured it was Eli sitting there and going through my things, as he always did. He was also wearing a costume with a large round mask. Maybe he looked so much smaller because he was sitting at a weird angle, or it was a trick of the light. It looked odd, but it couldn't have been anyone else. I also thought it strange and quickly took note how unusually black and solid the figure was. Absolutely 0 features of any kind to be seen. It made me mad, but I was also too shy and non-confrontational to call him out on it myself, so I grabbed my bag from my sister's room and rushed past Heather's room again. I was going to rat on him to his parents, so I made sure to look out of the corner of my eye again to make sure that he was in there, and as I go past, I see the figure still sitting there, looking down at the floor. I get outside and immediately start going off at Heather, telling her that Eli was in her room right now, going through my bag. I was super mad, but she looked confused. She goes, you were the only one in the house. Everyone is outside waiting for you, and points to her brother standing down the road with a group of his friends. I felt super uneasy learning that, and she was right. Everyone had been waiting outside for me. There was no way it could have been him inside. He would have had to run past me out the same door, and I know I saw someone or something sitting on her bed. Heather and her siblings were always scared of being downstairs, especially by themselves, and had mentioned that they thought it might be haunted or something weird going on. Especially since her parents had started renovating the house, they noticed a lot more activity around that time. So I'm curious for who made it to the end of my story. What do you think this small, large-headed, pitch-black featureless thing was? And that's it.
Oh, what
Again,
what are those things? We talked about them in one of our earlier episodes, and I was like, this looks like the little shadow guys off of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called. But again, the veil is thin, so definitely that. Also, renovations can pick up. Yeah, big bulbous head. Yeah.
So you're actually in the Kingdom Hearts video game, and this is a Heartless. Watch out! You should beat it up with a Keyblade. Case closed. Next question.
Renovations can kick up. Can kick up ghost activity because you can mess with their domain, so they get really upset.
Right. Like in Haunting at Hill House.
Yes, I was gonna say, or like that story that we read once where they were doing remodeling and they found those pieces of the children in the wall. Yeah. Which again, Haunting of Hill House, same. So, but yeah, I think it's just safe to never do renovations on an old house.
Never get a fixer-upper.
Just never fix it. Your dreams of owning a classic Victorian mansion in upstate New York, squash them. Squash them because you're just inviting ghosts into your house.
Yeah, this cheap old house, not for me. No.
Oh, God, what I would give.
Right.
I don't want to live in upstate New York. I don't.
Okay, right? Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's keeping me from it.
There's
Because
some good ones out there.
I've seen some that are like $90,000.
Yeah.
That the outside is beautiful. The inside needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
However, beautiful house. I would, in theory, buy said house because not only are you getting beautiful house, you are also getting ghost. But
yeah.
I don't want to live in upstate New York.
I don't. What? If any of you are from upstate New York, what do? What's the vibe there? How do you pass your time other than like riding a snowmobile? I imagine that's a thing. Right?
Yeah,
going to Canada,
hiking in the Adirondacks.
It seems very cold, wet cold.
Yeah, in the wintertime. I mean, that's where you get like a shit ton of blizzards. No.
Yeah, you got ticks. I guess we have ticks here, but I feel like it's a bigger problem.
No. When I lived in New Jersey, the ticks were so bad. I mean, anywhere that you went that had foliage, you're gonna get a tick on you. Yeah. Like I would take Hank walking around. We lived in an RV park, and I would take him walking around the RV park, which is heavily wooded because a lot of, the Northeast is woods, like thick woods, and I would take him walking around, and he would walk through a bush, and there was multiple times where he came out of a bush with multiple ticks on him, and one time there was a swarm of ticks, like he had walked through a nest of ticks. Oh my God. And I have a huge phobia of ticks.
They're disgusting.
They're repulsive. They are the grossest, most disgusting creatures ever to exist. But yeah, I couldn't do it. Living in New Jersey for 2 years, it was awful. The amount of ticks that I saw in that time was absolutely horrible. I would never move to the Northeast. So
to bring up Bettina in this episode, her niece got a tick and it was like on her head. And Bettina's sister called and was like, you just took a tick out of someone. Like, what do I need to do? And me and Bettina's husband are sitting there like, Donna, you could have YouTubed this. Like, you could figure it out. We saw the picture and I was like, no, I get why you're freaking out. Because it was just like hanging off her head.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It was so...
I don't like it.
You know what? I'm going to live in a desert.
You know,
Are they
I
in
think...
the desert?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Also,
like
they are here, but they are, like, sparse here. So I feel more comfortable living here. I also think... I don't think they're that bad in the Pacific Northwest, but I could be wrong. Okay. There was a time... Sorry, we're on the topic of ticks right now. There was a time when I lived in Michigan. I was in the 6th grade. And my first ever boyfriend, like, which is, 6th grade is young to have a boyfriend, but it was my first ever...
Like, you know, boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing, like, crazy. But my first ever boyfriend, like, came out of the bathroom one time, and he ran out, and he was like, there's a tick on the tip of my penis. And the bathroom is inside the classroom, right? Yeah. And, like, that's your class. Like, you're not leaving. And he, like, comes running out of the bathroom. And that's inside the classroom. And, like, yelling it to... The school's really small. But yelling it to our entire class.
Oh, my God.
And, like, our teacher was like, go to the nurse's office.
Yeah.
But it was wild. And all of us were like, huh? What are you... What? So... Just something that you have to worry about. So I have wild. My nana like lives in the woods in Missouri, and there are a lot of ticks there, and we've spent a lot of time out there. And in the summertime and like the spring and stuff, they're bad. Okay. And I would check myself every single night. Oh, I mean, multiple times throughout the day, but like I would like full strip down. Check myself at night, and I'd have to like pull the folds to check because I was so paranoid.
Because you don't want a tick on your penis.
And that's stuck with me. Like, that's what I thought about when I would be like looking around down there. I'm like, oh, I want a tick on the tip of my penis. Could you imagine? That's a tick on your bean?
That's horrible.
No. You go to flick your bean and it's just a tick.
Could you imagine someone said like, hey, do you got a little bit of extra?
No. Anyway.
What was the story about?
Costumes.
Classic shadow person.
Yeah, classic shadow person. Definitely not a tick.
Definitely, no.
No, that's really scary though. I imagine it like
that's crazy.
The bent neck lady.
Oh, she spooked me so bad when I watched that.
Yes.
So scary. And then like getting to the end
and like, finding out that she is the bent neck lady. Sorry, spoiler.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing?
What are you doing? That show's like 8 years old.
Yeah.
I love Mike Flanagan. I love everything that Mike Flanagan has ever written. Yeah. I think he is or not written, but like directed.
Tragic and beautiful and heartbreaking and terrifying.
Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
Masterpiece. Mm-hmm. I love it. And I loved Haunting of Hill House. It remains one of my favorite shows to date. So
it's like very good. Like if it was like a literary, it would be under like the gothic romantic. Yeah. Because it's like
and horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Quentin thinks it is so boring, which is one of his biggest red flags.
Slow, sure. Like
it's not boring slow though.
No, it's like they're building and it's like
and they want you to feel this like imminent dread the whole time. Right. Like they want you to like feel this despair that they spend so much time building. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's so important about it. Like, yes, it might be slow, but it's slow for a purpose.
Right.
It's purposefully meant to drag it, like dig its claws into you and drag.
Yeah, it's like pulling those emotions out of you, and it takes time. Like, it's not instant gratification.
Yeah, no, you have to get attached to these characters, and you have to understand where they came from and understand what they're going through.
Yeah, and like feel a little bit like you're going mad when you're watching it, because that's how they feel.
Exactly. And on top of that, not only is like the storyline incredible, but the cinematography is insane. Like the way that they shoot the camera angles, the coloring, like the whole color scheme of the movie is so drab and dreary, and it makes you feel cold the whole time. It's very kind of Twilight coded, but also in a really dead way. Like they really dig into the fact that everything is like dead and lifeless and soul crushing. And I think they do a really, really good job of portraying that in the script writing and the cinematography and the acting, even in the costuming. I think they do a really good job. Anyway, that's my piece.
You haven't watched it, go watch it.
Watch Haunting of Hill House.
All of it. Ugh.
Bly Manor is good too, but it's just not as good as Hill House, in my opinion.
I don't think I watched Bly Manor.
It's very good still. I'm again, big Mike Flanagan fan. Bly Manor is still a beautifully written, beautifully produced, beautifully directed show. I just like Haunting of Hill House more.
Yeah.
Preferential.
Did we watch something together? I think it must have been a movie that we watched together that I'm thinking of. That. What happens in Bly Manor?
She is an au pair, and she goes to this house in the middle of nowhere. I did
watch Bly Manor. Okay, I was mixing that up with like thinking it was like a movie that I had watched.
There's like the Lady of the Lake who comes in and she has no face.
I did watch. Yes, that was good.
It's very good, very spooky.
Yeah, very unsettling. They do a very good job in all of those of just like that.
Same with Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass is super slow burn.
Yeah,
super. They take up until the last episode to get you to that point.
It's like worth it though.
But it's so like you feel that tension in your chest the whole time. You're like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And nothing happens, and it keeps like it's edging you the whole time. Yeah, like it
gets you in the mindset of the characters. Yeah, it's like you're just on edge because you know something's going to happen.
Yeah,
and you know it's going to be
wrong.
bad.
You know there's some sort of conflict going on, and then you do pretty early on in Midnight Mass. You do learn what the conflict is, but it doesn't reach that intense climax of what is going on until the end, obviously. But anyway,
the creepypasta field guide. Yeah. Anyway, damn, that's so crazy. That must have been so scary for you guys. You're welcome for reading. Thanks for reading. Story 3. I caused a haunting. My birthday is October 21st, and I'm absolutely obsessed with horror/Halloween things. This was almost 11 years ago, and I spent a lot of time trying to forget it, so it's foggy, but the details are close enough. For every birthday for as long as I can remember, I've done a Halloween theme. When I was younger, I'd have a sleepover party and we'd watch scary movies. For my 13th birthday, we of course did the same thing. We ended up watching a few movies that night, but the one main thing we were doing was The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I remember that one.
That was a good movie.
A quick detail, my aunt was living with us at the time. The entire night she was saying some weird things. I don't even remember what, but it was like, doing stuff like this is just asking for bad attention. But most of the night was uneventful. Around 1 a.m., we started the Exorcism movie. During a high-tension part, for those who haven't seen it, it would be the part where she leaves her dorm and looks outside and she's walking through the hallway. My dog, who is in a different room, starts howling. He never in his life howled before or after that night. A little later on, my aunt came upstairs. She didn't say much, but stayed a while. When we got closer to the end, another high-tension part, I half remember a barn and demons naming themselves. My aunt, without saying a word, jumps up, and the exact second her feet hit the ground, our power went out, but only in the living room and my bedroom. This wasn't too alarming, because it did that pretty often, but usually not at night. I only know my bedroom went out because my alarm clock was messed up. My aunt flipped the breaker and everything was fine. We didn't finish the movie. We put on SpongeBob and fell asleep. The next day, 2 of my friends left really early. We were going to go out to the lake, but they left before we had a chance to talk about it. My best friend stayed all weekend. Nothing really happened, but the house felt heavy that day. About 3 weeks went by and nothing happened. Eventually, though, I started having horrible dreams, especially about one thing. It was this woman, very tall, in a semi-simple dress. I could see the lines and the features, but it was just a shadow, like a 3D type shadow. I would dream things like running through a forest or falling down a hill, and she would always be watching me. I wake up covered in scratches, but clearly self-inflicted. They would be deeper every night. We tried everything, cutting my nails really short, taping gloves to my hands, my mom sleeping with me. She worked 12 hours, 6 days a week, so she could not stay awake to watch me, but because she was tired. Eventually, getting to a point, they were on my neck, and the school was asking questions. We even had CPS come to our house and ask if I was safe. My mom was with me, and we told them the truth about my dreams. They put me into therapy. This went on for about 8 months. My brother had really bad nightmares too, but nothing specific and nothing often. Eventually, we up and moved. Like, literally, I went to bed one night like normal, and I woke up, and my mom had mine and all my brother's stuff packed. We went to my grandma's house after school, and we never went back to the house. My mom moved a few weeks later. It took 2 months to get into a new house. The dream stopped instantly, and the scratches cleared up within a few weeks. I haven't had an issue since, except I have horrible insomnia and anxiety that started around that time. We did have one more visit with CPS after moving, and I did a few more months of therapy. I think they all chalked it up to extreme anxiety, except we were never able to find a cause. My husband and I recently moved into an apartment that is a few blocks away from that house. Within 3 weeks of moving in, I started scratching myself.
Ooh.
Although I didn't dream about her at all. We were on a month-to-month lease, so we only spent 2 months there and then moved out. I did bring it up to my mom last week, and she told me the reason she moved us to my grandma's was because she was sitting in the living room after putting us to bed, like 10 minutes after we went to sleep. And she watched a tall, shadow-like woman walk through the hall, stop, looked into my brother's room, and then went into mine. My mom went in after it, and when she got to my room, she heard, "You already lost her." She turned on all the lights and started panicking. Ooh, I just got like chills. That's so scary.
That's scary.
Kind of a boring ending, but I've been questioning a lot lately. Could it have just been anxiety, or was it real? I've never experienced anything else that I would consider supernatural. And the fact that, like, you started scratching yourself when you got even close to the house.
Yeah, and no nightmares, but the fact that you started scratching yourself without the nightmares is even more alarming.
Yeah.
Because, like, what are you dreaming about?
What's happening?
Then? Yeah.
Oh my God, this is horrifying.
The fact that she would dream about a lady watching her or following her, and then her mom saw a woman go into her room.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
And then that bitch turns around and is like, "You already lost her."
Sorry, I got here first.
She's fine.
Stay away from her. It's not her time. Terrifying. Terrifying. I will say, so the Haunting of Emily Rose is a super, super scary. It's very scary. But I have heard a lot of stuff about how people had problems after watching this movie.
Really?
Because there's multiple parts. So they speak Latin, like chants and stuff. But there is that part where they're trying to exorcise her and they're asking what demons are inside. And she starts saying all of these different demons.
Yeah.
And she's like naming them, which is one of those things where you're like, not supposed to do, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're like trying to invoke them, which is what they're doing in the movie, it could be invoking them on the other side.
Yeah.
In theory.
Especially on Halloween, the veil's thin, it's calling out.
Exactly.
Man, I bet demons are so busy on Halloween night.
They're just kidding. Hello, which one do you want? Okay, I'm sending Beelzebub. Hello, which one do you want? Okay, I'm sending Asmodeus.
That's what I imagine.
He's a receptionist.
Yeah.
She looks like the receptionist from Monsters, Inc.
That's exactly what I was imagining. I was like, they're on the scare floor. They're like, "Ah, shit, get the doors."
Googly moogly. Yeah, no, that would be so scary.
Oh my god.
And that, again, not to bring up Hell House again, but that reminds me of Hell House because it's like how Nell, when she was younger, she would have all these dreams and experiences of the bent neck lady, and then she doesn't have them for a really long time.
Right.
And then she is an adult. She gets sleep paralysis, like, kind of often. It's not too often, and her husband always helps her through it. Mm-hmm. But then she has that sleep paralysis one night where she sees her husband get up, and she sees the bent neck lady.
Yep.
And we all what happens then.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Like watching that, because, like, I was so scared of the Bennett. Like, even now, I'm scared of her. But then seeing what happens, it just takes your heart and rips it out, and it's still kind of scary.
It's
but it, like,
so sad.
Oh
yeah, it is so sad. And I 100% understand why Nell went back to the house.
Yeah.
Because I would too.
Yeah.
If that was me and I watched my husband die like that, running back to the house.
Yeah.
Hey, you got him? I want to stay here too.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal. Watch it if you haven't watched it. What are you doing?
Please
that's what
watch it.
PSA.
This is what the whole episode is about. Haunting of Hill House.
Please watch it. Let us know what you thought.
I can't ever say I've had an experience watching, and I've seen a lot of possession movies, and I've never experienced anything, knock on wood, but I also have an entire deck of tarot cards that is demons. Yeah. Every single card is a different demon. Yeah. And I've read them all, and I haven't had anything, but maybe it's because
I wonder if you're like,
please come to me!
Right. You're like, okay. If the area they're in is already haunted and it's just making it a little easier for whatever's there to become a terror.
Yeah. I don't think there's really anywhere in the country or in the world that's not haunted, theoretically,
yeah, it's just like varying degrees of haunt.
Everyone has died somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's a lot of malice in a lot of places from people that have died, you know? Yeah. I mean, all of this land that we're on right now is stolen land and built on blood and despair, so... Yeah.
It's so true. Yeah. How scary.
How scary indeed.
Damn, that's so crazy.
I don't think you caused it, though.
I don't the title is
it's a little misleading.
I think her aunt being like, you're asking to be haunted by watching this movie
kind of
probably
implanted.
Put that in her head.
Yeah. That makes sense, but you definitely didn't cause that. If anything, the house was probably already a little bit on the border, and then maybe watching that movie kind of like rip the seal a little bit more, and so that's why it started happening. And
I imagine just like a can of Pringles and just rip that seal
and pop it open. Yeah. But maybe this demon only has a radius, so it attached itself to OP, and then OP moved away from that radius, and then she moved back inside that radius, and that demon was like, oh, I've been waiting for this.
I just imagine it's like on the border. It's like,
come back. Banging. Then she like gets a little tingly sensation one day. She's like sitting and like watching a rom-com, like crying, eating popcorn, like the one that got away. Like never got over it. And all of a sudden she gets a little tingle and she like feels her phone and she's like, oh my god, her location popped back up. I see her location. She's back. She's back.
Imagine like the Mariah Carey singing, it's time.
Yes, exactly. You start hearing like jingle bells, but it's actually like bells of hell. Yeah. She starts like galloping or like skipping over to her house. And she's like, the first night she goes to sleep and she's like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Satan. Thank you for giving me this.
With her little basket full of terrors to scare
she's
you.
Like, starts scratching away like a cat on her scratching pose.
Literally.
A brand new scratching pose. Mm-hmm. She's like, yes, yeah.
I hate this for you. I hate that happened. But yeah, probably exactly went down.
Yeah, exactly. We know. Yep. We saw it.
Mm-hmm. We were there. We actually are. Just kidding, we're not.
We are the receptionists for the demons.
We sent her here. No, we didn't. But Spooky AF. Yo, we got the same birthday. Cute.
My first girlfriend, her birthday was Halloween.
Nice.
I thought that was very cute.
Yeah. I feel like that's very on brand for you.
Yeah.
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 I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Story 4?
Story 4.
Okay. Story 4. This is a creepypasta instead of a Reddit story. I mean, I guess it's still a Reddit story, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not a personally written story. This is a creepypasta written by somebody who wanted to write a creepy story. So, here we go. My last Halloween. Halloween used to be my favorite holiday. It was the one time of year you could be anything you wanted to be. You could draw out your darkest desires and display them for the world to see. No one thought you odd for being the person you always wanted to be. There was no judgment for your choice of attire, and oftentimes you were commended for that choice. Then, at the end of the night, you received a reward for your efforts in the form of a bag full of candy. I'm far too old to go door to door begging for treats, but I enjoy watching my children do the same. Weeks in advance, we let them pick their costumes. They're far too young to delve into the ghastly and usually end up picking a character of a popular movie or TV show. I simply take my pictures and urge them on to each doorway. I always remind them to say trick or treat before the door opens. It had been this way for a few years now, but I'm starting to question the tradition, especially after visiting 113 Forest Road. This past year, we made the rounds to our local neighborhood. We made sure only to approach the homes that had their porch light on, which was the unspoken rule. Our night had almost come to an end when we reached the home that had been vacant for at least 2 seasons. It was the largest within our neighborhood, towering at 2 stories when all the others only had 1 level. It was a large brick Victorian monstrosity that may have once been beautiful, but the landscape had long needed work. It was the house most kids made stories about, and when we saw the dim glow of the yellow bulb, I was unsure of letting my children approach. My oldest begged to ring the doorbell, and my youngest simply wanted more candy. I was outnumbered and relented to their pleas. My wife sat within the idling vehicle while I followed close behind. The two made their way up the steps, and I waited at the bottom. Like always, I reminded them of what to say. My oldest son held his brother's hand and pressed the lighted button. Ringing, much like church bells, echoed from within the house for a moment before returning to silence. After a few seconds, they turned to me with questioning looks. I had noticed a moving truck parked outside the home earlier in the month and knew someone must live there, but I had not seen them. There was no car in the driveway, and I did not see any lights on the inside. I started to think they were simply gone and left the light on in case it was dark by the time they returned. I waved to my children to come back to the car and told them we would just head home. The look of disappointment on their faces told me they were not ready to end the night just yet. Their faces lit up as the door creaked open and a voice beckoned him to wait. Trick or treat, they both screamed with excitement. A feeling rolled in me like thunder and a signal of danger rang in my head. Something was not right. If they were home all this time, where was the car I had been seeing in the driveway the last few weeks? I instinctively advanced on my 2 children, taking the steps in leaps. A feeling inside told me they should not go toward the voice, and I called for them to stop as they turned towards the door. I choose both, the voice seemed strained, like that of a lifetime smoker. 2 ragged hands shot from the parted pathway and drew both of my little boys inside. Their screams echoed in my head. My adrenaline shot me forward, but my body slammed against a closing door. I pounded repeatedly, screaming obscenities of every nature. My body shook violently as my world became a spiral of despair. The whole scene drew the attention of my wife, and soon she was right behind me. In an effort to find the entry, I took a step back, lifted my right foot, and dropped it full force into the hardwood. The doorframe shattered, allowing the barrier to fly freely into the darkness. I cried out in terror for my little boys as I rushed through each room. My entire reason for living had been snatched up in an instant, and I had been too late to stop it. When the house had been searched completely with no result, my wife phoned the authorities through wails of agony. We both held each other until sirens lit up our neighborhood. It's been a year now, and we still have no answer as to what happened to our children. My wife distanced herself from me, and I'm sure she blames me for what happened. I don't fault her for that, as I blame myself as well. If I had not let them go to that door or listened to my feelings sooner, they would both still be here. Halloween is no longer a time for fun for us, but a reminder of our mistakes. I don't even leave my house on that night, and even the sight of a pumpkin makes tears stream down my face. The drive home from work is especially hard, witnessing the houses that decorate for the occasion. I'm almost in a panic before I close myself within the safety of my home. Please, if you read this, don't let your kids visit 113 Forest Road on Halloween.
So, I know it's supposed to be a spooky story, but I was like, yeah, and then they find them. No.
They're just gone.
Dang.
Just gone.
This
And
person's like, maybe you just go back on Halloween.
I mean, but the thing is that the writer did go in on Halloween. It's not like they
That's
went
true.
and waited. They went back in. They went in immediately.
Right.
And went room to room, and they weren't there.
Yeah. You have to go with a decoy child.
Yeah.
Not like an actual child, like a mannequin.
Yeah, and then put him on the porch, and then wait for the guy to reach out, and then grab the guy and like pull him out of the house.
Yeah.
And start kicking him and be like, "Where's my kids?"
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's
Where's
the only
Rachel?
violence
You have
is
to
the
do
only way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, no, that's not.
I mean, in some scenarios,
When your
I'm
kids
not
are
mad about it.
being taken,
Yeah,
I
when
guess.
it comes to that, yeah.
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 No, I
Fight,
mean,
kick, scream, beat the hell out of them.
it does remind me, again, this is a tragic story. It's creepypasta, so it's not real, which makes me feel better. But it reminds me of Monster House.
That's what I was thinking of too. Yeah.
I'm like,
I loved that movie.
I still love that movie.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie. Like the animation, so good.
Yeah,
The
I feel like it all holds up pretty well.
it does.
Yeah.
The comedy's really funny, but yeah, I imagine that it was like the old guy from Monster House pulling the kids in to feed his wife, who is the house.
Yeah.
And the reason they couldn't find the kids is because they already took the kids down to the mouth.
Yeah.
Or the uvula
R.I.P.
they dropped in right there.
Right in the uvula.
Yeah.
I knew a kid in high school who had 2 uvulas.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was his personality that was weird, not that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, I mean it reminds me of Monster House. But it is I mean, Halloween, man, that veil be thinning, and it lets through anything, and you never know. Be safe out there, guys, on Halloween. Don't be making a ruckus.
Yeah, do not make unnecessary journeys.
Yeah, don't what else does she say?
Don't go into haunted homes.
Don't go to an abandoned home with your children and ring the doorbell expecting a normal person to answer.
Yeah, that automatic. Just like tell your kids no.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you considered? I mean, I know it's not real, but like,
have you considered just being like, no, we'll go to another house?
yeah, it's like,
You know, you want to go to that house? I don't think so. That house doesn't look very nice.
yeah. Explain to them why. Be like, hey, it looks like no one's here. There's
Daddy's
not a
getting
car.
bad vibes from this house.
Yeah. Writing based on vibes here. I don't like it, so we're gonna
The
go.
house does not pass the vibe check. We're leaving.
No. Yeah, it's like, kid, you got to learn how to read vibes, otherwise you're gonna get kidnapped and fed to a house.
That's what they call street smarts, baby. And these kids obviously didn't have it.
No, we got snatched pretty quickly. Oh my
Victim
God.
blaming.
Yeah.
Victim blaming's final boss is us.
Us, fuck them kids.
Oh my God. Every single story we're like, that person's so stupid. You're so dumb. Why would you do that?
Let's see how Halloween goes for us, man.
Oh my God. We're gonna have fun. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. At the beginning of this story, when they were talking about, yeah, it's like the time of year you can draw out your darkest desires and display them for the world to see. I'm gonna be the Pink Panther.
And I'm gonna be Christine Daae.
Yeah.
So
My darkest desires. Yeah. I was like, well,
I mean, I will say that kind of fits for what I'm doing. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it. Hi, Katie. I watched it with Katie on Monday
Yeah.
because she had never seen it.
oh
And
my God, did she love it?
Yes, and the whole time I was like, "Oh God, this is so hot."
Yeah.
People are gonna think I'm demented. I'm like, this is so hot. Every
No,
single
I think
scene,
it's
I'm like,
universally.
you know,
Yeah.
like the whole time
Yeah.
I'm just like, bark, 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 like, let me at him. And that's why we're gonna be the Phantom and Christine, because, hot take, I just think they should have been a throuple, to be honest.
That's what I was about to say. I was
Yeah.
like, I wish it went like a challenger's route where she's like, and now you're both my boyfriends. Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hate, because, like, Raul had a lot of red flags. He had a lot of green flags. But he had a lot of red flags.
They both had a lot of red flags, objectively.
Yeah.
One's a murderer.
I was getting there. I was getting there. The Phantom also had a lot of red flags, but he also had a few green flags.
He did.
And he loved her so much, and they'd spent their entire lives together, you know?
did. They grew
like,
together.
behind walls, but they still, like, spent so much time together.
Really, it's just an episode of Love is Blind.
Yeah, if you think about it at
Truly.
the end of the day, but they sing to each other.
Yeah.
So everything
Instead
is
of talking. It's
yeah,
a music
everything. It's a musical. Have you thought about maybe the fact that it's a musical? That's what the first time I showed Quentin Phantom of the Opera, he was like, they just sing too much, and I'm like, oh, wild. I think it's because it's a musical.
Yeah. Odd concept. They might sing in a musical.
Yeah, that's
where
wild.
There's music.
Yeah, because like they talk like total 15 words throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So he's like, why are they singing everything?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's because it's a
Also, Phantom of the Opera.
opera. I don't know if you think, yeah. If I hear a word or a title that has like opera in the name, I'm gonna think that it has mostly to do with music.
Yeah.
Just personally,
They might sing
a little,
a time or two.
yeah,
Yeah.
or for an hour and a half straight,
Yeah.
or 2 hours, I guess.
So well, too. Beautiful.
So well.
Yeah.
Oh, me, I'd go back upstairs and watch
I'm
Phantom of
thinking
the
about
Opera
it,
again.
Yeah. My Nana showed that to me, my sister, and my cousin, like when we were pretty young. Mm-hmm. And when I was young, I was like, the Phantom's a murderer, Nana. That's wild. As I've gotten older, because like my Nana's like a Phantom girl through and through.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. He was passionate.
See, that's so wild because even as a kid, because I got that movie like the year after it came out. I was like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And I literally, like, I remember watching that movie, and it, first of all, sexual awakening, obviously.
Yeah.
But watching that movie and being like, 2 bad bitches at the same, 3.
3 bad bitches.
3 bad bitches at the same
I was
damn
like,
time.
that's like an all-around sexual awakening. Everyone's
Yes,
hot.
Everyone's hot.
Everyone's
Mark is hot. Helly's hot. Yeah. Everyone's really hot.
Yeah.
They're all hot. If you haven't watched Phantom of the Opera, go watch
it.
Phantom of the
They're
Opera.
all
2004. You got Emmy Rossum. You got Patrick Wilson. You got Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Can't be beat.
Yeah, it's an incredible movie. We actually have to watch The Hangover. I mean, we don't have to. But Quentin's movie club movie this week is The Hangover.
Okay. I
And
haven't seen that in years.
He's never seen it.
Oh.
I was like, that is the most guy movie, and you
Yeah.
haven't seen it? And like, that is the epitome of guy,
Yeah.
and you haven't seen it. He's like, no.
Bros being dudes.
Yeah,
Doing
so,
stuff.
Yeah, I was like, it's got drugs, it's got alcohol, it's got strippers,
Yeah.
it's got
It's very Fear and Loathing.
it's got action, yeah, it's literally everything. It's got comedy, it's
Yeah.
got Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch that while we do laundry.
Let me know how it is watching it in this.
I imagine
and
it's
age.
going to be very, very, not.
I don't think they could make it now.
I don't think it should be. No, I think I'm gonna watch it and be like,
Oh my god. Yeah. I just remember there's a tiny penis.
yeah. That's how I feel watching The Office now.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
could
wa-
not
No,
make it.
I watch The Office and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, it's such a great show. But
It's such a great show, but yeah, it's got it would not be made in today's day and age.
No.
Michael Scott would not be a character that existed in the way that he does.
Nope.
Yeah, he'd be a different person. Well, I don't know about you, but this made me feel way more paranoid about this Friday.
Yeah, I am actually amped. I cannot wait to test how thin the veil actually is. But if you want to test how thin the veil is, keep joining us every week. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You can find us on any streaming platform and any social media, all at whatwasthat_the_pod. And if you would like to share your own story with us, you can email us at whatwasthat.thepod@gmail.com.
And for everyone going out on Halloween, make sure to stay safe and watch out for any ghosts that might cross your path.
Or any creeps that are dressed up as ghosts. What kind of ghost do you think is the scariest, Jasmine?
Honestly, personally, that I would say.
What was that?